from the Mumbai studios of Republic TV. It's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Renault Quid. Powered by Kamla Pasand and PolicyBazaar.com.
Good evening and welcome. The response by Zomato to a bigot who refused to accept a delivery from a non-Hindu is fantastic. These bigots deserve to be put in their place. They should be identified and told to shut up. But the best part today, the best part of what's been happening today is that the pseudo brigade has not dared to identify one bigot with 1 billion Indians or Hindus at large. That's perhaps because after the hypocrisy was so badly exposed last week, they have no credibility or voice left. So today's way is the best way. Individuals, companies, citizens can and should individually identify and take on and expose bigots and hate-mongers. As the Zomato experience and example shows, it really works, and that's debate number 2 tonight, viewers, at 10 o'clock. The Zomato example leads by example, shuts up at hate-monger. Debate number 2, debate number 1 this evening, sometime from now. Or we really want Pakistan to be given a bloody nose. The possibilities of that get better and better by the day. That's debate number 1 and debate number 3 this evening at 10:30 p.m. viewers. On a pack show format, we want to know, the nation wants to know, what are the white lines in that Karan Johar party? What are those white lines? What kind of powder is that, Mr. Karan Johar? The nation wants to know. That's debate number 3. And here are the headlines this Wednesday evening on the debate tonight. Complete panic and chaos on the other side of the border as India hammers Pakistan in 9 sectors. Time to give them the taste of Kargil again and Balakot. Pakistan, get ready for a bloodier nose. Zomato exposes and shuts up a hate-monger who opposed a non-Hindu delivery boy. Social media lobby tries to give a spin to defame India. Some say this time it's about bigots being exposed on a one-on-one basis.
ये नशे कर रहे थे, नशे से ग्रस्त लोग हैं, समाज को खराब करने का काम करते हैं और इन नशेड़ियों की जगह जेल है.
Massive controversy over Karan Johar's party video. Delhi politician claims the celebrities were doing drugs. And focus on the white lines seen in the video. Party host Karan Johar and other stars go completely silent. And ladies and gentlemen, at a time when India is pummeling Pakistan at 9 different locations, it should be a reminder to General Bajwa that he should not forget what happened to Pakistan in '99. Indian Army Chief General Bipin Rawat warned Pakistan of a bloodier nose 5 days back. And it's time. Pakistan gets it. Let's debate.
On the debate tonight, it's time to strike Pakistan hard.
See.
9 sectors, 1 response. Total retaliation. Kupwara, Tangdhar, Rajouri. India is hammering Pakistan left, right and center for targeting our civilians.
पाकिस्तान
100 मीटर पे गांव से आगे पड़े हैं।
साफ है कि आप देख सकते हैं लोगों का कहना है कि कुछ ही दूरी पर जो है गिरते हैं। आप देख सकते हैं ये जो है सामने ही गिरते हैं। ये आप देख सकते हैं पेड़ के बिल्कुल पास जो है ये बता रहे हैं कि यहाँ पर 2 जो मोटार शेल पाकिस्तान की तरफ से फायर किए गए थे वो गिरे हैं।
बहुत ज़्यादा फसल भी नुकसान हुई है सर।
And the panic on the other side of the border is visible. This video from POK shows how spooked Pakistan is after India's retaliation. At a time when Go Imran Go rallies are gaining steam across Pakistan, Imran Khan is facing an ultimatum. Indian Army Chief has warned Pakistan of unprecedented consequences.
My message is don't do it. This was a misadventure. Misadventures are normally not repeated. You'll get a bloodier nose next time.
We brought them down to their knees in 1999. We punished them with a surgical strike. And we hit them where it hurts the most, with the Balakot strike. Perhaps it's now time to give Pakistan a bloodier nose. Let's debate.
On the Indian side, RSN Singh, Sushant Sareen, Major Gaurav Arya, General G.D. Bakshi and Nalin Kohli. On the Pakistani side, Ambassador Jamil Ahmad Khan and Air Vice Marshal Abid Rao, they are from Karachi, and Kamar Chima and Mona Alam are from Islamabad. Have a factual debate. Firstly, what's going on the border? I want to start with Gaurav Arya, our consulting editor of strategic affairs, who has a sense of what's happening on the ground and why we are hitting back. And you know, Gaurav, we have seen a lot of complaints from the Pakistani side saying we are trying to escalate the situation, which is not true. We are only responding this time. But yes, we are responding very firmly, very emphatically, and with some might. We've seen the pictures from POK, we've seen the videos from the Pakistani side, and everyone out there is saying that, you know, Pakistan is the victim here. It's not the victim, it's only the victim of our retaliatory firing. The fundamental thing is, and speaking to our defense sources, you also know, we spoke to them, you've spoken to them as well. They say we are not really exercising our options right now. We are only limiting our first level response out of what is a 9-level response. So we are still on level 1. On level 1, Pakistan is in panic. We've seen a lot of complaints from the Pakistanis today. Now, what really is going on, Gaurav? Can you just give your perspective on this at the start?
Absolutely, Arnab. From Rajouri to Kupwara and all the other places, 9 locations. What is happening is that Pakistan is getting a hammering, but as you very rightly said, there has been no vertical escalation right now along the line of control. The caliber of the weapon systems has not increased as far as the Indian response is concerned. The Indian response, I must say, has been disproportionate, Arnab. They started it, and normally Pakistan's idea always is, whether it's 1965 war or 71, they tend to sort of undermine and underplay India's response. They are always surprised. And this is what is happening. India's response has been disproportionate. But again, allow me to reiterate, this is not vertical escalation. We haven't got out the big guns yet, Arnab. This is mild response, which has Pakistan in panic.
Yeah. So why the overreaction from the Pakistani side? You know, they are appear to be in a little bit of panic. And you see Air Vice Marshal Abid Rao, we are only responding to your ceasefire violations. We saw the violations in the Tangdar sector. We are only responding to your repeated infiltration attempts. And we have a large troop presence now across the border. You shouldn't really be taking chances. You know that we have thwarted you like a cockroach at Machil on 29 July 2019, Gurez 30th July 2019, right? Do you know what we have been waiting for you should you try to escalate this? I don't think you know, because we've choked all your supply routes right now. right? All your supply routes from Pakistan to Jammu and Kashmir, all choked off, right? We know that your training missions, etc., are not working because we are brutally killing terrorists, brutally. We are being very brutal with them, and we intend to be more brutal, like the way we killed Fayaz Panzu, for example, Anantnag, Gaurav. We're very brutal in our response, very direct, no conversation, elimination, Israeli style. That's what's happening. That's the only language these people understand. So I am not understanding whether, Abid Rao, you know what you're talking about out here. You're looking desperate. Your Pakistan Army spokesperson, Asif Ghafoor, admitted he was trying to put out fake videos to keep the morale of his troops up. And then he apologized.
Arnab, now
and then he apologized. You know, on 28th July, on 28th July, just complete this. On 28th July, your army spokesperson, Asif Ghafoor or something like that, his name, he actually said, I was putting out fake videos.
You're very fond of talking.
So there is a bit of desperation on the Pakistani. Yes, I'm fond of talking.
Let me answer you
I am fond of talking. Yes, go on. I am fond of talking, especially with Pakistanis.
You are a perfect paper tiger. You can shout sitting in a Mumbai studio. If you are such a brave Indian, take up a gun and come to LOC. I will see how courageous you are. We were not in panic even in February when your Bahadur Sena claimed a surgical strike, when your covered Air Force showed up in Balakot only once, and that too for, I think, less than 30 seconds in Pakistan's territory. They never showed up again. Your Air Force was good enough not to make a claim of 350 terrorists. Your political leaders took mileage of that. You want to do that? We were not in panic then. We are not in panic now. Please keep quiet. Please keep quiet.
30 seconds changes the entire complexion of war as far as the Air Force is concerned. They fired their missiles and they went back.
They never showed up again.
They fired their missiles and they went back. What 30 seconds?
We shot down.
आप क्या चाहते हैं वहाँ पे प्लॉट खरीद के सेटल हो जाए बालाकोट पे वो लोग एयर फोर्स वाले? They did their job. They killed the terrorists. They went back, sir. That is the end of the story.
सूरमा को आप जूते पहनाओ, खाना खिलाओ. Don't try to scare us. We are not scared of Indian
Army. Scaring you. You are scared. I mean, that's a fact. Sir, 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Can I tell you? Gaurav, he's scared. Gaurav, please understand he's scared. Gaurav, he's scared.
I think
Gaurav, he's scared. Gaurav, he's scared.
You are misleading your
Gaurav, he's
people.
scared. Can you not look at him? You know, he's looking scared. So point is, one second. Don't be too afraid. Abid Rao, don't be afraid. Abid Rao, don't be afraid.
Your narrative can only be carried by your Bollywood movies.
Abid Rao, don't be afraid. Be very afraid.
Only satisfy your ego.
No.
Your army cannot. Your Air Force has pride. They cannot.
Marshal Abid Rao,
Navy,
one question.
This is the time. Send your Navy.
Arnab, I want to ask Abid Rao one question.
We will tell them what. We have given you a bloody nose every time you have come.
Okay, GD Bakshi is on the debate right now,
and of your this claim.
And one second.
Your Prime Minister, I think, gets air out of this kind of a program.
Okay, thank you. GD Bakshi. Thank you very much, Air Marshal. I know the memories of 1971 scarred you in the bottom of your heart. I'm also aware of the fact that you were in operation and service during 1971. And I also am aware of the fact that you were in Bangladesh in 1971, were you not? Just admit it now. You were, right?
No, I was not.
You were,
Don't
sir.
tell lies to your
Sir,
nation.
you were in 1971 in Bangladesh, sir. You have said this to people.
No.
You were.
You are
sir,
telling
you
lies.
were, sir.
You are telling lies.
Sir, you were, sir.
You are misleading your people.
Sir, you are
I
now
have
going to
never
go to
been
the
Bangladesh.
extent of denying that you were in combat in 1971, that you were part of the surrendered army.
It is so rubbish.
Military,
I don't want to even
Air
answer
Force.
this.
Sir, you were, sir.
You are talking rubbish.
Sir, no, sir. I mean, it's sad that a Pakistani marshal denies that he was in service in 1971. You were.
I wasn't even a fighter pilot then.
What were you, cadet?
My commission is of 1972.
Where were you in 1971?
I was at Sargodha.
Yes, sir. Sure. And I was on Mount Kilimanjaro. Question right now is to GD Bakshi. Point is this, please. GD Bakshi, there is something happening. First of all, fundamental fact is there is something happening. On the 2nd of April, right, 7 Pakistani posts across the LOC were destroyed. Right? I have the locations out there. We know exactly what's happening. And we cannot be accused this time, GD Bakshi, of crossing the line, not looking at diplomatic options, because we have put such a strong démarche with the Pakistani High Commission against the killing of civilians. We put out strong cautions to them. If there is a response this time, it is only the response that the Pakistanis deserve. And they are already beginning to complain a lot, especially last 3 days. GD Bakshi, they provoked, they pay. They provoke, they pay, they bleed. And we like to bleed Pakistanis. Now, GD Bakshi, let's place the options on the table because of the whining going on from the Pakistani side. Yes, GD Bakshi.
Thank you. Air Marshal Abid Rao, you are a reasonable man, and therefore I say to you, it's a very, very simple, straightforward message from one soldier to the other, right? I'm trying to tell you that the whole world is aware, you are aware of the dire economic straits of your country. I would strongly advise and I would strongly urge that as a reasonable citizen, you should not let your country get dragged into a war that you cannot handle. Even a limited war, Air Marshal Abid Rao, at this juncture would cause incalculable harm to your economy. It could sink your economy.
Mona, everyone on the debate.
With the FATF breathing down your neck.
Yeah.
No, with
Absolutely.
the FATF breathing down your neck, with your leaders having to go with begging bowls to China, Saudi Arabia, United States, it is hardly the juncture that you should be spoiling for a fight. It would be costly, and unfortunately, the mood in the Indian Republic
yes, we need to tell them about
not to tolerate any further shenanigans.
Yeah.
We had drawn a line in the sand
Sir, thank
in
you very
Balapur.
much for your advice.
Air Marshal, you cross it
But we
at
will
your
not
own
take your
peril.
bullying. Like Arnab, he has no idea about soldiering. He threatens in very
I'm not
unparliamentary
threatening.
language. And this man, you need to keep his provocation down.
Whose
He makes us
provocation?
abuse,
One second.
which is not right. in
Abid
this
Rao,
program.
Abid Rao, don't get personal
does
with
not
me. I can
maintain
also
decency.
respond. I
What
respect
bloody
your
nonsense
age,
he's talking
but
about
I'm
for
not going to hold
Pakistan.
myself back
We have
if you
given
cross the
bloody
line.
nose as recent as 4 months back. You've forgotten that. Ask your air chief what bloody nose does he carry. He's the best dog in
I
front
need
of
to
his
tell you
officers.
something, sir. Those
We
who
know
don't
war.
understand
Pakistan
from
has always gone for
history
peace. Pakistan
must be
has never
prepared
gone
to
for war.
repeat their
But
mistakes
India's
and pay for
bullying
it.
will never be accepted.
So we
even
killed.
at the cost of going to war.
So we killed 6,000. Right at the dawn of independence, we killed 6,000 Pakistanis. Do you know us? 6,000. Are you prepared to bleed like that again? And we won't hesitate to bleed more. In fact, I'm telling you, we don't want it, but we are prepared to bleed Pakistanis.
What do you think?
So I'm not
Only
thinking.
Pakistan will get
I don't
hurt?
think. We don't think we
Stop
do.
threatening Pakistan.
We don't think we
Stop
do.
threatening Pakistan.
No, sir. I'm
We
not
are a
threatening you,
peaceful
sir.
country.
Please don't misunderstand. Where's the threat here?
What you can't
Where's the
absorb
threat
is
here?
America
I'm not
sending
threatening.
back to
I'm
Pakistan.
telling you,
You
see the
cannot
pictures of
absorb
POK. I want to run the video there.
We were never
We
scared
show the
when
videos
India
there.
was being
You tell me,
favored by
are you
America.
prepared? Are you prepared? What happened in POK? Are you
We are
prepared
prepared
that
to
the
save our
streets
honor.
of
We are
Lahore?
prepared to save our honor.
Are you prepared for rivers of blood on the streets of Lahore,
Ask
sir?
him what was his desire.
Are you ready for
To have
that,
a
sir?
drink and
You
get
are
drunk.
dealing with the
He has
Narendra
died
Modi
with that,
government, which will give you more than a bloody
desire.
nose if required. I'm asking you, have you seen the visuals?
They will run to South India.
Have you
if
seen the
war breaks
visuals?
out. Let me tell
Let
you.
everybody be on the debate. Nalin is on the debate. Gaurav Sujan Sarin. We have been warning you repeatedly. I'm running the pictures out there. You look at this. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the situation in POK right now. It's an emergency situation. Sitting in Karachi and Islamabad, these Pakistanis want to deny what is happening in their country. We are bombing the living daylights out of you.
I don't know.
We are bombing the living daylights out of you with artillery. You know what's going on. Call up anyone in POK right now and ask them what's going on. Ask them. We are hitting back. You are embarrassed. I'm showing the pictures on air. Is this Pakistan? Is this Pakistan? What are these pictures then? Why are Pakistanis running? Why are they running like cockroaches out there? Why? Why are they running like rats? I'm asking you, Ambassador. Ambassador, listen. Ambassador, speak a diplomatic language. You are provoking. We are responding. You remember what happened, Ambassador, remember, 4th February 2018. 4th February 2018, and on the debate tonight, I say to you, you resorted to the ceasefire violations. 1 day later, when we retaliated, within 2 hours, we killed 15 Pakistanis. That's it. We killed them. Am I right, Arison? Why don't they get it? Gaurav, why don't they get it? This is a different India. This is a different India. Arison, why don't they get it? They are what provocations you are attempting to do along the LOC is known to everyone right now. Arison, why don't they get it?
Are you ready for my response? Arnab, let your people listen to our response also. You have spoken quite well.
Today, as we speak,
The Pakistani media says that Pakistan has evacuated 50 Chinese personnel who were engaged in construction of a dam on the confluence of Neelam and Jhelum rivers. So we have not lost the Balakot spirit or the surgical strike spirit. We will strike deep and we will strike hard.
Come again, get another bloody nose.
And I know why you are doing it. You think Imran has made a fool of you. He has made a fool of the whole entire world.
Don't get scared of Imran.
You have not returned victorious.
Don't get scared of
from the
Imran.
United
He's my Prime
States.
Minister.
The Taliban, take it from me, will not take the building in entirety. And you want to placate the jihadi group who are going to turn against you. Because at the end of the day,
Okay, can we talk about some substance?
End of the day, none of the jihadi groups are fighting for Pakistan. They are fighting for global jihad.
At the top of our time,
I have
but
always
we are
been
not
saying
listening to the
that
contents and substance.
Pakistan is a non-Quranic concept. So there is no.
Now my question right now is, one second, my question is again, go back to the fundamental issue. Thank you, RSN, thank you. Sushant Sareen, go back to the fundamental issue. Sushant Sareen, clearly right now there's a fair amount of brinkmanship going on by the Pakistanis. I want to get Nalin Kohli first and Sushant Sareen. I just want to ask you here, Ambassador, when you come into the debate right now, I wish to ask you one thing. You are not going to benefit from this brinkmanship. You need to understand the kind of government that is here in India now. It's a Narendra Modi government with a very large and convincing majority, completes an unhesitating support of the people of India, an economic superpower that is only dying to give you a bloody nose if you mess around with us. So my question is to you, Ambassador, and you can say this to Nalin Kohli, who's a senior spokesperson of the BJP, is on the program. I'm sure he'll listen to you, sir. Why are you doing this? What is your intention exactly? Are you under some hallucination after the America trip? Go on.
Here are certain points, if it makes you happy, that's your problem, and it's not the problem of the world community. The world community is observing about the ceasefire violation that India has never allowed and has violated the Security Council resolution in which military observers have never been allowed by India and Pakistan.
But they'll never be allowed, of course not.
Our military observers, international military
observers. Why should we allow? We'll never allow it.
What Kashmir is happening on our side of it.
Why should we? I mean, that's a open and shut case.
If you have that much of guts, please allow.
So we're not going to allow it. It's Indian soil. We are not going to allow it.
What are you hiding about from the international community?
No, why should we?
Why are you violating Security Council?
Because this is India. It's not Yugoslavia. It's not Yugoslavia.
One small thing has triggered your emotions.
So it's not a small thing, sir. You are violating the ceasefire. We're giving it back.
He has again brought the Kashmir problem in the spotlight because
that's what you think.
Allowing any observer.
Oh, so that's what you think.
OIC, you are not allowing the United Nations the Human Rights Commission. So since you are not allowing any one of them, you are keeping everything in dark so far as the world community is concerned, except for some lobbyists, except for just propelling the propaganda in the outside world. But this time it has been exposed. No one less than the Trump himself has really mentioned, and then you are denying it. Your Prime Minister has not denied so far,
Sir.
And all the media is denying that what Trump has said is wrong or he has told a lie.
No. You are saying today. Okay, one second. Ambassador Jamil. First of all, I want to thank you. 1 minute. First of all, Ambassador Jamil, I want to thank you because you are the first Pakistani on my program in the last 2 years who has not abused on the program. Because I seriously think when I speak to some Pakistanis now, especially people like Kamar Chima, there should be a ministry of abuse. All that they can do is abuse. You've spoken reasonably, and here's the inference I draw from what you say. Nalin Kohli, the ambassador, I want you to respond to the ambassador. The ambassador has made an admission and a statement. His admission is that they are trying to create trouble. The statement that he has made is, he says, OIC doesn't listen to us, UN doesn't listen to us, nobody listens to us. But after Trump, claimed that he would play some mediator in the Kashmir dispute, he claims
that you are not permitting the OIC.
Okay, fine. We are not permitting. You are not permitting. Fact is, they are not doing what you want them to do, because India is a powerful country with a lot of friends in the Muslim world.
We don't want to do United Nations.
We are a powerful country. We are an economic superpower. We have diplomatic friends and diplomatic clout.
That's why you have buried 3,000 people, Arnab. You have buried 3,000 people of your own in a mass grave in 2003, and your own NGO has discovered that and has.
I don't run an NGO.
Of the world.
I don't run an NGO.
The world knows about it.
And Pakistanis are consummate liars, so I won't take it seriously. But what is the point is, Nalin Kohli, what he is admitting, let's go to the substantial point. He has admitted, he says, because you don't listen to us, A, because nobody listens to us, B, we feel emboldened after Trump met Imran, and we want to create a little bit of hell and then go crying to the world, international dispute, international dispute, international dispute. So he's revealed the whole strategy. It's not going to work. You've tried this before. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Even Papua New Guinea, Nicaragua, Bolivia won't listen to you. Nalin Kohli, they are dreaming, but they are emboldened. They say we are emboldened by Trump.
Mr. Goswami.
Nalin, I want you to just respond to the ambassador, please.
Mr. Goswami, there are two ways of looking at this. I think at one level is India under Prime Minister Modi and his government looking at the future with the present very much in control. It's not just a political statement, but it's in terms of the transformation of an India in terms of the next leg. Already moving towards a 5 trillion economy. We are the 6th largest economy in the world today. That's why you keep referring to it as a superpower. Economic superpower. The second part about it is a resurgent India, where India is now not willing to look at old binaries or old statements, old formulas. India has a new formula which is very clear. We want to be on the road to development. Every Indian should be developed. And our fight is to ensure India is a bigger developed country. And Prime Minister Modi has made it clear in one of his public speeches about 2 years ago in Kerala, when he said that our fight is not with the people of Pakistan. We should be fighting poverty. We should be fighting that.
Exactly.
But that's not a sign of weakness.
Look at that.
What Balakot or the others is that you cross the line, we will respond. We are no longer going to go by this, oh, let's talk, meaningless. Let's have another round of talks, meaningless. You manage your affairs, we'll manage ours. But if there is something, we will retaliate fast, retaliate hard. Now the second, I didn't interrupt you, Ambassador. I have the courtesy to listen to me. I've been 25 minutes hearing everyone. We all are entitled to our views.
Please go ahead.
Let me finish my
I wanted to.
The second part is,
please listen to Nalin Kohli, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Thank you very much.
I'm sure you will like to answer. Okay. Now the second part is Pakistan has a history from 1948 trying to build an entire binary related to Jammu Kashmir in particular, and then relating all, whether it's been our military conflicts also or whether it's the fight on terror that we talk about, has been related to that. Now Pakistan is entitled to look in the past, cling on to the past and move in a reverse direction. It's their path. Why are we bothered? We are entitled to want to be on the path that the government has taken, move ahead. Now Pakistan can keep speaking that language. It's not going to change anything in India.
Yeah.
Because Prime Minister Modi's government had put out a hand of friendship and Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif had grasped it. But we know what happens in Pakistan. We don't know who's in power, whether it's a military, whether it's a civilian government, whatever, the ISI, or whether it's those 30-40 terrorists that Prime Minister Imran Khan mentioned in the United States and mentioned it candidly. So they need to sort their problem. If they think by provoking India, they will get the diversion from their problems, India's responses are going to add to their problems.
True.
It's not going to reduce their problems.
True.
Now, whether Pakistan gets it or doesn't get it, it's really their prerogative.
Okay. Mona, there has been a bit of breaking news that came in from Pakistan, and I put Sushant, their present behavior in the context of the breaking news. Present behavior is, there's some Fazloo guy. He says, I'm going to come to Islamabad. I'm going to take over the government. Military's gone mad. But the breaking news also, Sushant, that came in from Pakistan was very interesting. Just a few days after we succeeded in our moon mission and, there was a bit of news from Pakistan. A study in contrast is fantabulous for the Indian audience. So we sent up Chandrayaan, we went to the moon. A couple of days later, Imran Khan had a meeting. And in that meeting, there was a discussion on a matter of national importance. And after that, there was a statement given out from the Prime Minister of Pakistan. I shall now proceed to share with all the viewers across India and across the world the content of Imran Khan's statement. He said, currently, naan is selling at 12 to 15 rupees in different cities of Pakistan. The government of Pakistan has decided that the prices of naan will come down to 8 rupees. Naan as in the
8 rupees
the naan is, yeah, exactly. So naan is the bread I'm referring to. Then he said, Prime Minister's Office of Pakistan put out a press release to the following effect. The prices of roti have gone up to 10 to 12 rupees per roti. Henceforth, because we are having problems and a serious economic crisis with short supplies of foreign currency reserves, stagnating growth, we've just got a $6 billion loan from the IMF, but we have been advised to reduce the price of roti to 7 rupees and 8 rupees. So it's very interesting that while we are doing what we are doing and becoming a $5 trillion economy with the moon mission, etc., Pakistan's Prime Minister's most pressing concern, besides trying to irritate India a little bit, is the price of a roti or a naan. This is the status of that country, Sushant. These are the circumstances, the wretched circumstances in which Pakistanis are forced to live. And they're needling us. I mean, it's amazing. Can you believe it, Sushant? In these circumstances, it's a question of your survival.
At least,
please.
I think this...
I don't understand this Pakistani logic.
I think the saving grace is that...
This should be for me.
No, but I'm just, I think the Pakistanis should be thankful that the Prime Minister wasn't speaking about Pakistan's most lucrative export these days, which is donkeys, because they have a comparative advantage over the rest of the world, and that is one product they are very competitive in, apart from terrorism and polio. They are world leaders in these three things, in the export of donkeys. But on this whole thing, what is happening along the line of control, I think the ambassador from Pakistan, he's actually let the cat out of the bag. The Pakistanis have indulged in this adventurism, and this is not happening just yesterday or today. It's been happening ever since Imran Khan returned back from Pakistan, acting as though he's won some kind of a World Cup, just because Trump gave him some assurance which before him Clinton and before him all sorts of other characters have given to the Pakistanis as a kind of a lollipop, and they keep jumping up and with joy, and then they realize that they've been had on this. So that is what has happened. But I think what they have tried to do is they are trying to juxtapose what is happening on the Western Front with what is going to happen on the Eastern Front, and what they are trying to do is trying to find a road to Kabul through Kashmir, which is why they're trying to heat up Kashmir, so that because they think that the Americans are suddenly very interested, the American intervention will be invited, and a quid pro quo would be what will happen in Afghanistan.
You have done
that
the
is the
defense agreement
trajectory on which
America.
they are operating. Whatever losses they incur, I think that's par for the course, because that's cannon fodder anyway, as far as these people are concerned. So I think that is what is happening, and which is why this entire trajectory has started,
and then you don't even ask me the question. Please ask him as to why has he cut me then in the
once this balloon is burst, it'll go back to normal. I think that's going to be the trajectory.
No, I gave the example.
He's cutting me again.
Mona, I didn't. Mona, please listen.
Yeah,
one second. Hi, Mona, this is Arnab here.
I don't need logic.
Mona, this is Arnab here. Please don't take that personally. I mean, we were just amazed here in India that the Prime Minister of the country is making official announcements on the price of roti and naan. I mean, we heard how bad things are in Pakistan.
Yeah.
It just gave us a reality check. That's all right. Actually, a reality check. It just shocks us sometimes, the levels of your poverty shock us. But anyway, my question to you, Mona, leave that aside. Leave aside the fact that you're sinking, that your all-weather friend, China is not with you. Leave aside the fact that your Prime Minister is facing widespread protests. Opposition parties holding massive protests. Your economy is in tatters. You're talking about the price of a roti and a naan. Forget all that. I'm asking you, in the middle of all that rubbish, how do you have the time to think about Kashmir? How do you have the time to do some firing across the border? You know how we can fire back? I'll show you some pictures. Look at the camera next to you. I'll show you what real firing is like. These are Pinaka rockets. One second. I'll show you some Pinaka rockets. They're fantastic, by the way. You know, we burn $1 million worth of ammunition. No, one sec. I want to show you what's coming. Okay, just look at what's coming. Just look at this. It's beautiful. Just look at this. I'm going to show you something. Look at this on your screen. What you're about to see.
Why don't you fire one on Pakistan?
No, we haven't fired it yet. But can you imagine what's going to happen if this actually fires tomorrow? No. If this fires on Lahore. No, do you know what's going to happen? You were talking of, we'll give you a really bloody nose this time, Mona. I'm asking you, why are you doing this?
I hope this is not as fake as your Mangal mission.
No. I mean, the fake tweet was put out by your ISI chief, Ghafoor, or whatever his name is. Ghafoor is a buffoon. He put out the fake video and apologized for it. Mona, back on the debate. No, Mona, I'm back. No, whatever his name is, Ghafoor, spokesperson. You got some spokesperson called Ghafoor, right? He said, I put out a fake video.
Arnab, let Mona speak.
I'm letting Mona speak. I'm just telling her that, Mona, please tell me, where do you have the time in the middle of your abysmal situation to really, violate the LOC? It's completely crazy. Please speak. I'm not stopping you. She's the one who's not being able to speak. She needs covering fire from you, like you need covering fire from everybody else. Yes, Mona?
Only if I'm waiting for you to get over your sermon, only then would I be able to speak.
Yeah, you appear to be in a particularly bad mood.
As a Pakistani,
I hope all the Pakistani guests got a meal today. Because Baluchistan is up against you, Pashtuns are against you.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm in a very pleasant mood and you have only amused me and made me happier right now. Because as a Pakistani, I'm happy being broke, I'm happy being in shambles, I'm happy being poor. At least I'm not being lynched on my streets, on every nook and corner of Pakistan as there is in India. Have you seen the mob lynchings ongoing in India? And for
there's no mob lynching at all. There's no mob lynching at all. There's no mob lynching. We are all fine.
In letters by your celebrities.
There she goes.
I'm very happy about it.
Which celebrities?
I'm happy being poor. At least I'm alive. At least I'm not tortured and subjected to the worst kind of human torture. And at least I'm not dying on the streets of Pakistan here.
Gaurav wants to say something. Gaurav to Mona. Gaurav.
Yes.
Yeah, Gaurav. She's diverting the subject, Gaurav. She's not talking about the possible.
I'm very happy with all that.
You said that thank God you're not in India. You said thank God you're not being lynched. You said thank God you're in Pakistan even though you're poor. I'll tell you why you're happy. Mona, you're not an Ahmadi. You're not a Christian. You're not a Hindu. So you're safe in Pakistan. Had you been an Ahmadi, you could have not called your house of worship a mosque or you would have been in jail. Had you been a Hindu,
well said, Gaurav Arya.
Because that is what the Constitution says. At least we are not lynching them.
So please don't say that you're getting lynched here and you're safe in Pakistan. Had you been in India, you got lynched. Please tell us, Mona, tell me. You are supporting referendum 2020 for Khalistan. ISI is supporting it. Pakistan is supporting it. Maharaja Ranjit Singh's capital was Lahore. Mona, where are your Sikhs? Where are the Sikhs in Pakistan, Mona? Where are the Hindus in Pakistan? Where are the Christians in Pakistan? Where are the Ahmadis in Pakistan?
You are very concerned
Mona,
about
please
Pakistan,
tell me,
but you're not being able to put
except
your country together.
for Sunni Punjabis, where is everybody else in Pakistan, Mona? You have killed everybody else.
We are not trying to promote
You have killed everybody else. If there is one odd lynching in India, you make it out as if lynching happened every day. But look at Pakistan between 2006 and 2016. Only in the city of Karachi, you killed 25,000 people. You killed 25,000 people in Karachi between 2006 and 2016. And you're complaining about mob lynching in India?
They are very happy to pay homage to their
Okay, you want to pay homage? Please pay homage. Please pay homage to your Nobel laureate, the scientist who could not even be properly buried in Pakistan because he was an Ahmadi. You threw him out.
We don't kill them.
Right.
We don't lynch them.
You threw him out.
We do not lynch them on the streets.
You have destroyed Ahmadis. I am in touch with Ahmadis from Pakistan, Mona. I am in touch with Baloch. I am in touch with Sindhis from Pakistan. And they tell me that the way they are being oppressed is nobody's business. Your Fauj is killing them. Under the cover of Zarb-e-Azb and all these fake operations, you're killing people. You're finished off Ahmadis, Mona. Kya baat kar rahi hain? Hame nahi pata kya? Do we live inside a well?
You and your spies.
We are very well read. We know, and this is not from any media.
Gaurav,
I know Ahmadis from Pakistan who have
minority.
called me and who
Look
have
at the-
said...
Thank you,
look at the
Gaurav.
letter
GD
written
also
by
wants to
the
give it
leaders
back to the
of Prime Minister.
Pakistanis right now.
Is this what is
And
Modi ka
I
India?
just want to say that...
Is this your अच्छे दिन?
ब्लास्फेमी लॉज में उनकी जमीन घेज दी, हिंदुओं की बेटियों को आपने कन्वर्ट करके उनकी शादी कर दी। आप हमें मॉब लिंचिंग की स्टोरी सुना रही हैं। प्लीज, जिनके घर शीशों के होते हैं, उनको लाइट बंद करके कपड़े बदलने चाहिए।
We don't live in denial.
Very bad.
If there have been forced conversions,
झूठ नहीं बोलते,
we as
आप बस लोगों को
journalists
मार
voice out
डालते
for
हैं।
them.
आप बस लोगों को मार डालते हैं, आप झूठ नहीं बोलते। आपने अहमदी मार दिए,
हम नहीं मार डालते,
आपने हिंदू
आपने
मार
अपने
दिए,
देखे,
आपने
what
सिंधी
have you
मार दिए,
done to
आपने
Tabriz
बलूच मार दिए,
Ansari?
आपने शिया मार दिए, आपने पश्तून
You
मार दिए,
killed Tabriz
आपने सब
Ansari,
कुछ मार
you
दिया,
killed
लेकिन आप
so
झूठ
many
नहीं
others
बोलते।
like him.
आप झूठ
Your
नहीं बोलते, ये बात
celebrities
सच है
are
मोना।
writing open letters
आपने
to your
कत्ल
Prime
गारत कर दी,
Minister.
आपने पूरी कौम की कौम साफ कर दी, लेकिन आप झूठ नहीं बोलते। बहुत बढ़िया, वेल डन मोना, वेल डन।
आपको तो इतना भी इंतजार नहीं है कि आप मुझे खत्म करने का मौका दें।
खून से रंगे
गौरव
हैं,
आर्या
लेकिन
साहब।
कौम सच्ची है पाकिस्तानी। ये जो पाकिस्तानी आपके जो पंजाबी अनफॉर्चुनेटली आपके जो भी जर्नैल हैं, उन्होंने अहमदियों को मारा है, उन्होंने शियाओं को मारा है, उन्होंने बलोचों को मारा है, पश्तूनों को मारा है, सबको मारा है उन्होंने। अब आप हमें मॉब लिंचिंग की स्टोरी सुना रही हैं?
अरे भाई, Gaurav, these people, I am convinced now. Sushant, I want Sushant to come on. Sushant, these people are begging for a Balakot type response. And especially at a time when Baluchistan is against them, when the Pashtun activists are against them, when Northwest Pakistan is against them, they are demanding a Balakot type response. Sushant, my question to you is this.
Ask if he supports you.
My question to them is, they say that we are emboldened after Trump.
Come to Balakot, I invite you.
They say we are emboldened after Trump. They almost seem to be saying that we want to provoke a situation. It's a new, it's a new trend, Sushant. We must not forget the trend here. They are actually admitting we are trying to create trouble because we expect American support.
Sushant, will they? Arnab, it's not a new trend.
A naan of 20 rupees.
No, 1 second. Let me explain to you. It's not a new trend. It's an old trend. But the Pakistanis have this terrible habit of miscalculating and misestimating what is going to happen. Now, this air marshal is talking very loudly because he's sitting in Karachi. If he is so brave, why doesn't he go and stand on the line of control and see what's happening out there? It's very easy to sit in his house in Karachi and say, just as he was telling you, it's very easy to sit in a studio. I can throw it back at him that he should go out there and see what artillery firing or whatever the mortar firing is. So let's go and have it out.
I know that
there's nobody's threatening you. Just keep quiet now. Now the question was to me. Let me talk about it. No, you will give. I think, sir, you should take care of your age. Maybe you'll just, probably blow a plug or something. No, I'm not making a wrong allegation. You are making certain allegations against other people because they question you and you heard all sorts of accusations against them that they should go to the line of control. I dare you to go to the line of control. You are sitting in Karachi very comfortably. Why don't you go and speak from there? So that's not the point. So let's come down. Let's come back. Let's come back to the more serious. Let's come back to the more serious. Sir, behave your age and come back to the more serious and substantive issues. So the Pakistanis do.
You are threatening me.
No, the Pakistan.
We will not take your bullying.
Okay,
you
fine.
Don't bully
so
us.
Now the Pakistanis do this. No, of course you will not. Sir, देखिए इतनी बड़क मेरे सामने मत मारिए ना, मेरे को पता है कि आप लोगों की क्या औकात है।
आप बड़क मार रहे हो भाई।
To me.
I'm not impressed with it. इतना बड़ा मुल्क है पाकिस्तान।
आप बड़क मार रहे हैं ना, तो आप मुझे क्यों बोल रहे हैं? मैं तो आपको ये बोल रहा हूँ कि आपकी जो basic psychological makeup and what you do, I'm just exposing that. I'm just exposing that this is what you people always do.
I know my
you miscalculate, you misestimate a situation. You think that the Indians are going to pipe down because suddenly Mr. Trump has given you a lollipop. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, and that is why what is happening on the line of control, you have been given a taste of your own medicine. And it will not only happen on the eastern side, it's also happening on the western side, where आपके जो प्यादे हैं तालिबान वो भी आपको एक चीज अंदेशा दे दिया है कि if you try and finger them too much, they will use their auxiliaries and hit you back. So you are not going to get caught between two stools. That is what is going to happen with you.
Admitted and accepted all these things.
ओहो मिस्टर अजीत डोवल
बीजेपी इज नॉट आवर सिंपैथाइजर।
आपके लीडर कह रहे हैं अजीत डोवल का था, लेकिन आपका रिकॉर्ड टूटा हुआ है, फंस गया है। you have not graduated from Ajit Doval because your record is stuck.
नहीं करते आप
Mr. Doval might be on record, but your record is stuck, sir. Sorry.
ICJ ने आपके खिलाफ
सर थोड़ा आगे निकलिए ना, मतलब कि आप एक ही झूठ को एक ही लकीर को कितनी बार रिपीटेंगे सर, मतलब कि please grow up.
I wish to just make one intervention. You see, Kamran,
ऐसे ना करें ना,
Kamran, I'm asking you because you are unnaturally quiet.
बार-बार जैसे पता नहीं एक कुरान
Kamar Chima,
बार-बार रिपीट करते
Kamar Chima,
it doesn't work.
Kamar Chima.
Yes.
You know, there is a newspaper. There is a newspaper in Pakistan called the Dawn. The non-newspaper. We have been reading it, right, Nalin? The Dawn newspaper has given elaborate details of how we flattened you. You just pick up today's edition of the Dawn. I really want you to pick up this newspaper. It has reported the incredible damage that we have done to you. I just felt like calling the editor of the Dawn and telling him, and you can, Nalin is on the debate, you ask him, this is not even a trailer of what destruction we are capable of bringing to you, right? So you need to really cool it, okay? And your movements of your thumbs particularly right now are indicating a level of nervousness that you're not being able to manage. Control your thumbs. This is supposed to be erratic psychological behavior that is only done in a case of emotional distress. Now, there you are. That's it. Good. You saw that, Gaurav.
I think
saw
you
that,
body language expert.
Gaurav, you saw that.
You are out of order.
You saw that, Gaurav. Now the question is, the Dawn reported it. No, Kamran.
I think the debate ends here because your attention is
Caught you red-handed, man. Caught you red-handed. Listen to me, Kamar. Cool it. Relax.
You are in search of something else now.
Cool it. We're not far away. Don't worry. My question is,
you are in search of something else.
It was a giveaway. It was a Freudian slip on your part. It was a Freudian slip. You know something. My point is, the Pakistani media, whatever is left of it, has reported quite extensively the damage that we have done. So I'm not making it up. We are hurting you. You are hurting. Admit it, you are hurting. Now, how far do you want to take it, right? Are you ready to take it to the next level? Because
Arnab,
we can't wait.
You know, I'm unable to understand your question. But let me tell you what is happening in the region right now. Since Prime Minister Imran Khan had a successful trip in the US, now what is happening in the region?
That?
First,
you heard that, Nalin, again,
India wants to change the constitution.
Sounding
India
like Bruce Springsteen.
wants to change the constitution.
USA.
India is changing
Till yesterday, China. Now USA ko izzat nahi hai.
USA will bring you on the negotiating table.
Aggressive and hawkish into nationalist
No, they won't bring us. We don't negotiate.
More soldiers in Indian occupied Kashmir. And above all, what is happening? There is a clash on the LOC. You are deliberately raising the temperature at the LOC. And after that, what you are doing is, you want to make this impression that if the Pakistani soldiers are being martyred in Balochistan or from Afghanistan,
yes, they're not being martyred. They are being butchered by the Baluchis. Thank God for that.
Americans don't.
Nalin Kohli, you can come into the debate.
Get into all this mediation or arbitration. What President Trump
Mr. Goswami, I have a point to make.
What is important for us is that
amusing,
India is really
even
scared
sad,
of any third-party intervention in the region.
That a country
India is scared
like
of
Pakistan,
any
which was created in 47 when United India got divided into two countries,
the security environment,
its entire identity is based on, excuse me, the US will do this, China may do this, or a third country may do this. They have no identity or plan or standing of their own. I mean, if after 70 plus years of independence, Pakistan's identity is linked to the fact of what the US president says,
that's all,
or doesn't say, or what the US will do or won't do, or any other country, it speaks volumes about where Pakistan is. We are from the same stock. We've moved at the same time. And I think that is a living testimony to the tragedy that Pakistan is in. And what makes it a greater tragedy is the denial in which they live.
Come on!
I'm not raising my voice, sir. I'm just simply making my point.
Why they were giving you shut-up call? Why they were forcing you to speak up?
Decibels don't win an argument.
Why the media was forcing the Prime Minister Modi
don't win an argument.
and say something and come in the Parliament?
Content does.
Trump is nothing. If White statement with
there are speeches we have seen, Mr. Goswami.
Kamar, you are about to
people in Pakistan are saying, see what Mr. Modi is doing.
Kamar, you might have a cardiac situation here. Calm down. Please relax. Tell him we've not done anything to him yet.
और भाई मुझे कोई मसला नहीं है, मैं सिर्फ इतना बताना चाहता हूँ कि आप एक एक्सेंट्रिक से लोग हैं, ना आपको पता है पॉलिसी क्या करनी है, जिंगोइस से लोग हैं, जिंगोइस से लोग हैं।
आपकी बात हो गई क्या कमर जी?
Why has your debate level stooped so low that
I said Rawalpindi style. Why do you take it like an insult? I didn't abuse you. I said Rawalpindi style. Are you embarrassed about Rawalpindi? Are you ashamed about Rawalpindi? Gaurav.
If you need both thumbs, I can give you both thumbs.
You can have a counter view. I don't agree with your points of view.
Gaurav.
Right or left?
GD Bakshi is also on the debate. GD, I'm hearing this. Are they making sense to you? The only core.
I am here to help you.
Yeah.
Can I please come in?
Yeah, you're free to come in, GD Bakshi.
Can I come in, please?
No, GD Bakshi and RSN on one side right now with a very confused Pakistani panelist. I request Ambassador Jamil Ahmad Khan and Air Marshal Abid Rao to answer a simple question here. GD Bakshi is throwing to you. They've just been saying USA, 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 USA. It's as if they've discovered something.
And that's
GD Bakshi, they actually believe the USA is going to help them. They'll escalate the situation and America is going to help them. GD, please.
And that's why you have given your seaport to USA.
You know, Arnab, the Pakistanis always had the 3 A's: America, Allah, and the army. It is just the order that changes. I just would like to take up one thing. Mona is otherwise a very intelligent and articulate young lady. May I remind you, Mona, that the Shias in your country are pulled out of the buses and shot.
Yeah.
May I remind you, Mona, of what happened to the Shias?
The Shias are not Sudhar.
May I remind you, Mona, how General Pervez Musharraf brought in the Sunni Pashtuns into Skardu to slaughter the Shias. Would you like to recollect those episodes in the very near history of your country?
I'm sorry, General Saab.
That's why I'm addressing this question.
Never in the history of Pakistan, even under the worst kind of dictatorial regimes like Ziaul Haq, there have never been lynchings of minorities which have been orchestrated by the governments. This is
Ma'am, if you would have been a Hazara Shia, if you would have been a Hazara Shia, you would have been on a boat now traveling to Australia. So many boats carrying Hazara Shias.
I have a lot of colleagues, I have a lot of friends who are Hazara Shias, and they are living very happily here. They have been subjected to some terrorist attacks.
Was a Shia.
No.
And this is what you do to
You don't even have the courage to let me finish.
Finally, on the
you don't even have the courage to let me finish my sentence.
30 seconds on the debate. You've been defeated, humiliated and torn apart many times. Abid Rao, are you ready to escalate? Are you saying you want to escalate? Just say that. Sushant's on the debate and Goswami will respond to you as well. So you are saying you want to escalate because you feel you have America's support behind you. That's what you're saying, right, Abid?
This time, you will get bloody nose even in Mumbai. Let me tell you this.
Sushant,
as far as attacking Shias is concerned, these minorities, it is not our state policy.
Arnab,
it is your state policy in
Air
India.
Marshal Abid Rao,
BJP does not condone that.
Your Sushant just said, in his debate, I was trying to make a similar point. Air Marshal Abid Rao said that, Arnab, why don't you go to the line of control if you're so brave? I want to ask the Honorable Air Marshal, sir, you're very senior to me. Sir, have you yourself ever been to the line of control? Sir, सुनिए, आप 1972 कमीशन है, मैं 1994 कमीशन हूँ सर. आप मुझसे बहुत सीनियर हैं, मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ. आपने अर्नब को बोल दिया कि लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल जाओ. आप कभी खुद गए हैं सर? आप मुझसे 22 साल सीनियर हैं. आप कभी खुद गए लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल पे? Have you served along the line of control, sir?
मैं बहुत दफा गया हूँ.
कहाँ गए? ऊपर से उड़े हैं सर? You were in the Air Force. You were in the Air Force. You must have flown over it. You are not in Siachen, sir. Please don't lie. सबके सामने झूठ बोलते हैं. Siachen में पाकिस्तान आर्मी है ही नहीं. Pakistani army has been kicked out. You are not in Siachen at all.
Abid Rao, you shouldn't have lied.
1984, my regiment planted the tricolor on Siachen. तब से भारतीय सेना है वहाँ पे. You are not in Siachen, sir. Don't lie. And please watch Patriot. अगर आप पेट्रियट देखेंगे तो आपकी हिस्ट्री क्लियर हो जाएगी। आपको सब गलत सलत सिखाया जाता है।
Kamal Chima.
I have been to Siachen camp.
Kamal Chima, reevaluate every option. Mona, thank you very much. Abid Rao. Jamil Ahmad Khan, RSN Singh, Sushant Sareen, Gaurav Arya, GD Bakshi and Nalin Kolia. Thank you very much for that debate. And I want to tell you this, you want to escalate, we are more than ready for it. We'd like to escalate too. You be prepared then. See you on the other side on debate number 2.